I'm going to talk a little bit about Epstein, all this Diddy stuff. I have a perspective that I think a lot of people don't have. Hey, Murder Fury, how you doing? I have a perspective I think a lot of people don't quite understand, being somebody who's around the industry a little bit back in the day. 1 second here. I was around that back in the day. So, a little bit anyway. So, did you ever see Scream? The senator's daughters type of people, right? They'll throw their kid, like rich, powerful, wannabe rich, powerful people. It's like the Hunger Games too. Poor, poor women, poor women in inner cities. Yeah, the black community definitely gets affected by this quite a bit. Anywhere where there's talent to be exploited, well, what do they do? What do they do? They play that whole freaking area like the Hunger Games and pick the one or two talented people they can what exploit then like a puppet, like a puppet. You know, dance for us. Earn your keep or else we'll P Diddy ya. We'll P Diddy ya because look at this thing we have you on. Look at this thing we and a lot of the time these celebrities get drugged into doing that. They get drugged into stuff, they get hypnotized into stuff, they're way the fuck bombed out of their mind with their most toxic people. Thing. It's the good cop, bad cop thing, too. It's the do what I say or else. Like I'm getting that all over the place with YouTube and with these DM accounts where they're like, do what I say or else you won't have a channel. Do what I say or else you won't have a channel. So I've got a lot of that shit going on in my DMs, which is basically the Epstein type of stuff too. It's like where they're trying to just blackmail you in an exploitable situation, like say, oh, an illness, like the big C or whatever that I really don't want to fucking talk about right now. How am I going to talk about that, by the way? How am I going to make a video on that? That's terrifying. So I'm talking about Epstein instead, because I need a distraction from that. They're also deleting, a lot of these celebrities, or they're deleting all of their Twitter. They're deleting a lot of their Twitter accounts here. Who is it? According to the Quartering, Usher, Pink, and Megan Fox have all scrubbed their Twitter accounts. Yeah, we're getting a lot of these people, they're scrubbing their Twitters. Do you know why? Do you know why? I can kind of tell you why, I think. Who has a lot of dirt on them? Well, who owns Twitter? Who owns Twitter? Do they really think that anything that's in their Twitter wouldn't be exploited? Lucky for me, I don't really care, and I got cancer, so I don't care. Exploit me or not, whatever the fuck you need to do. Point is, this is why they're all scrubbing their accounts, I think. Deleted all but 2 reposts from February 2024. Yeah. She's saying she's getting death threats, so that's why she's deleting it. But you know why else, though? A lot of these people, Usher has, a lot of these people have been. I think they're scared of what Twitter is going to dig up. If you're in a more vulnerable position, they do that. If you're a woman in the entertainment industry, if you're a person of color in the entertainment industry and music, acting, a lot of that stuff, they see you as a lower on the totem pole commodity. They really do. Because why? You're a trained monkey for us. Dance monkey, that's what they see. And that's that song, Tones and I, Dance Monkey, whatever she has. That's what they see us as too. Because that's what the audience sees us as too in the entertainment stuff, and that's kind of this is kind of all coming back around to a lot of this Epstein stuff is social climbers and opportunists people trying to use each other. It's in Sweet Dreams Are Made of This. Someone want to use you, someone want to be used by you. It's just people trying to either pull their way up on the social ladder. People saying, here's my kid, now you owe me a favor. I did you a favor, now you owe me one. After all we've done for you. Oh, I heard a lot of that one. After all we've done for you. What'd you do for me? What'd you do for me exactly? And, because you gotta, let me know if you're doing me some favors before I accept them. That's the big thing. I don't like accepting favors that I'm not aware of. Just because it's so easily exploitable, it's so easily, it'll backfire so easily, I think, a lot of it, too. Look at what happens with, so my ex made the GoFundMe, and first off, he didn't tell me. Second off, he made it He made it a day and a half ago yesterday. It turns out yesterday I looked, he made it 3 days ago, so he made it before I even noticed. So he made that, and I'm like, he's like, no good deed goes unpunished. I'm like, yeah, but I have very real people who just literally say, I hope your GoFundMe fails, I hope this, I hope that, and will use that against me and just attack me while I don't need any more stress being attacked right now. So you have this very real thing, and in especially on YouTube now, that's repeating itself from the industry. So remember, I've been backstage at places, I have been flown to concerts, very underage. I have been the person who has a lot of no memory of things at certain points in times after being served things. So I was there for a lot of this in the music, especially music, because I wasn't really like into actors or anything. What's one of the things they do? They keep track of the gifted and talented kids, first off. And if you're a poor gifted and talented kid, you just get exploited, right? So what's some of it? They'll kind of pick you genetically, like, okay, well, you look like you could be a football player. You are just going to be an idiot calendar girl, or, so you're going to be exploitable that way. You, like, somebody like me, they don't know what the fuck to do with. They're just hoping I off myself, and they're just happy I have cancer right now. So they don't know what the fuck to do with me. I'm too not going to be squashed by either side, and I won't shut the hell up because I'm right, and damn it, I know I'm right. So that's kind of my curse, is that I have that target on my back for multiple reasons, multiple reasons, don't I? And oh yeah, the poor gifted kids are very easily exploited. Look at somebody like Eliza Blue, though. She was a wealthy senator's daughter, kind of an airhead, just wanted to be rich and famous or live that lifestyle and have money and stuff. So they kind of see what they can buy you with too. So that's what we're seeing on YouTube. They're just serving them the thing that they can buy them off with. And they can't buy me with anything. And that's terrifying to them, I think. So that's one of the things I have to stress with the people who are trying to exploit entertainers and stuff. Like, This absolutely happens. They're going after YouTubers too. So they're gonna what? They're gonna serve you. Here, what's this? Usher. Ooh, this is what you've tweeted here. Is there any more of this Diddy stuff? We're gonna leave this on screen too. So they're gonna serve you what your biggest temptation is, or what they think your biggest temptation and poison is, so that they can exploit you later on and say, look at what we have on you. Look at this dirt we have on you, right? And I'm looking at Twitter, and I'm looking at Elon Musk, and I'm looking at all these celebrities doing their Twitter, and I'm like, you're like Mr. Body. You just have dirt on everybody. And I'm like coming in like Miss Scarlet, just feeding you the information like, well, this person, and this person, and this person, and this person. And I'm like, yeah, we all did it. We're all guilty of something. What did I do? I don't think I did anything, actually. I'm more like Michael McKean coming in like... But I'm not married or anything. But I'm like more like that, where I didn't actually do anything. What? So, at least nothing I feel guilty for anymore, because I have this thing where people accuse me of something, and it's never something I do, and then I end up doing it because they accuse me. You see. So that's one of the fun things there. So I think this is part of it, where they're just afraid that Elon's going to be using it all against them, a lot of these celebrities, because that's how they do it. That's how they climb up the social ladders. That's how a lot of these people, before bots, that's how it used to be done. I'm your best friend. Say a thing you shouldn't say, and they're on camera saying the thing you shouldn't say. Say the thing you shouldn't say the thing you shouldn't say. I'm your best friend, and they're on camera, right? So, recordings of everything. Because if it quacks like a duck, there's a recording of it, isn't there? Click. Bingo. Now. Oh, you can't trust me. By the way, you can't trust me because I don't trust you. Unless I've met you in person. Have I met you in person? Have we locked eyes in person? Then I might trust you, because then I can feel your energy. So this is how for centuries, this is why the royal blue blood and the kings and the entertainers and all that, that's why they're all highly evolved and highly sought after. It all comes back to the line of Jesus and everything, because they're more advanced. Because why? They have psychic energy. That's real. That's really, really real. The Alex Jones stuff is very, very real. Oh, I also do a lot of the Alex Jonesy stuff here if you are tuning in randomly, but probably not. Oh, because I didn't say we were live. I didn't give anybody that we're live. We are live. So if anybody watches this back later, hopefully you do. And it's like Spider-Man too. Like they have all of these all of these feds also going around implanting like feds, spies almost. Disney had, like, it's like A&R people. It's like artist relations sort of people. It's like people who are trying to get into the studio with, hey, I found some dirt for you, hire me. Hey, I found, because they're not even officially hired by, they're just doing this on their own initiative. They're taking their initiative to kind of go in and be like, I'm gonna snoop around and investigate and here's studio, here's this thing for you. Because why? They want in. They want into the studio. They want into the cult. They want into the family. They were knocking at the door in the house, and they're like, I hear you need me. I heard you calling for me. I heard you say, hey, Mecca, what you doing? Where you at, baby doll? Where you at? And I hear you knocking for me, but I'm knocking down here. I'm knocking down here at the guy who's like right in my fucking eyes. So I'm like, because the guy in my subliminal, my subconscious, I'm like, no, this is important. This is important. This is important. And then, yeah, this is it. This is real. What am I talking about again? I don't remember. So yeah, everybody's kind of this Spider-Man meme of everybody pointing the finger at each other constantly. Because why? They come in, they serve you a drink, they're your best friend instantly. I've seen this so many times. They have this random, hey, when I was this, I had this random celebrity encounter, and I had blah, 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 and if there was something with whatever, and in the event, like, oh, I don't care. Yeah. So these have been point of views. And they sit there and stalk, your channels and stuff. But here's the other thing, though. It's like all these people who are just trying to get dirt on you. It's a lot of these people who are just trying to get dirt on you. Because they can exploit you, and that's how they Epstein each other. Because Diddy will have what? He'll have, like, I think this is what's happening with Diddy right now. Oh God, there's so many posts. You have a lot of these people who are just trying to figure out who the ringleader is and who, like, who's for and like who's going to jail, right? Who they're going to turn their information into. Who's going to jail and who's not in this? Because clearly it's not just Jeffrey Epstein. It's not just anything. It's a lot of these independent branches. That's the problem with Epstein Island, is that there's all these little sub-islands and they all have their own little mayors. You see what I'm saying? They all have their own little mayors of their own little Epstein thing, whether it be a YouTube corner of the internet or a network, even almost, of like ABC, for example. Not ABC, Disney. The Disney stuff, for example, to be really specific. They'll all have their own, we'll throw all this money at you. We'll just throw all this money at you and make sure that we can't, oh yeah, this person saves herself for the right guy, by the way, for my king, for my prince. I mean, who a prince? Yeah, it's dirt and dirt and dirt. Lords are good too. I like lords. Lords of the underworld are okay, right? And so there's all these little guys with all their own little Jeffrey Epstein islands and stuff. So you've got Jeffrey Epstein with the politicals and the high celebrities. That's just one of them. So you've got him with like Prince Andrew allegedly, and all the politicians allegedly. So then you've got like your little hip hop one, and they're all trying to get shit on each other. Right? And then a lot of these people will just kind of get caught up in like, hey, I'm just here because I'm trying to have a record career. Right? I'm just here trying to have a career. And I'm trying to play by my rules and keep my soul clean, and you don't have shit on me. And so you're going to have a lot of those type of people who are just going to stand up and be like, you know what? I don't care. You can't. Like, what the fuck are you going to arrest me for? That sort of stuff. You're going to have those type of people. And then you're going to have the type of people who are like, did I do this? Did I do that? And then you got to take in consideration, once the shit starts really hitting the fan with a lot of these celebrities, when they all start pointing the finger at each other and they all start going to jail with each other and shit, who were the suppliers? Who were the social climbers? Who were the ones who were so high and fucked up out of their minds they couldn't even consent to doing anything like that? I'm dead serious at this point, because that's what's going to be the next thing that gets broken down into this, is they're going to find out that, you know, a lot of these celebrities probably couldn't even consent. A lot of them were literally underage in that, like Justin Bieber. You see them all kissing on Justin Bieber on some of these videos. Jay-Z kept 6-year-old Rhianna in a room till 3 a.m. There you go. Rhianna, she would be a victim, wouldn't she, if she was 16 with some of these guys? Like, shit. I've literally been backstage, not at 16. Let's see, that I can remember anyway. That's the other thing that you can remember. So who's the one? Who's the one that's responsible? Her parents for pushing her out into that? This is the sound of freedom that they don't want to see. This is the sound of freedom that they don't want to see. And the Hunger Games. This is literally what the Hunger Games is telling us. That these kids, especially the black communities, especially that, will be exploited so much because why? They have talent. And it's been like that since the fucking 50s. Since rock and roll began. So they come in and they take that talent and they just fucking play it against each other and they keep them in the slums. And that's really part of it too, especially with the black communities and the entertainment and like the rap, hip hop, the singers, all of that. See, I'm on fire today. Talent and poor. Yeah, exactly. Well, that's how Motown started. That's Detroit. That's the whole fucking Motown music scene right there. And the same type of shit happened in England, too. Because they were all what? Broken home kids. They were all widowed, you know, their moms were all widows from the Blitz. And they all grew up in these shitty environments with these single moms, shitty bombed out old buildings, people work in the steel mills and all the fucking factories and stuff. It's the exact same things. So what do? They go and exploit that. So now it's like we're just kind of seeing, well, who's guilty of and who's the victim of. Because you got a lot of people who were literally served up underage. So what did they do and what can they, like, I'm dead serious. Do we even hold them accountable if they were underage getting victimized by this?
The diva Rhianna. She's from Barbados?
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
Bayesian. Okay, she's Bayesian. How did you come in contact with her? I mean, did you fly over there?
Yeah, this is interesting.
Jay Brown had actually bought me a song. She had a song right now. This is I wouldn't say massive because of her rules. When I first heard the song, and then
That's why
he
stayed
kept
up.
going. Jay Brown, he
That's
kept
why I
being
stayed back.
persistent. I was like, you know what?
Okay, so yeah, I was literally a 16-year-old kid. Hey, hear my tape. Literally
Bring her
that.
by.
That's
And
me.
when she walked in,
Yeah, I was really desperately trying back then to be on stage, and y'all saved me from being exploited like this, from Epstein and y'all, because we didn't do shit back then. We didn't do anything.
office,
When
I was like, underage. You know, she just had, it was just something about her. It was just, she had this, you know, it was just something about her. And then she performed.
Yeah, there's something about you. When you hear me singing like 3 inches away from you, you can't ignore that. That's what the music industry
The
was
song,
doing.
and I was like, okay. Then you know we sat down.
But I'm too much of this. I'm too much of I will stop everything and I will hold the world hostage to hear me yell and scream, because if something is not right, like with this stuff, I will scream at the top of my lungs with this. And this is exactly the Epstein stuff that we were seeing back in the day. And nobody cared because they just wanted to stay either rich and stupid and get all their free and rich, lavish lifestyle. Like, I don't care. I got mine. It's the I got mines who turn a blind eye to it. That's another thing that's a huge problem. I got minds who turn a blind eye to it, and then they get on their little activism Twitter, this is awful, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, but you're literally benefiting from it.
We talked, and they was talking about how she would stay in the studio and try to get the verse over, and then come back the next day. I was like, oh, work ethic, everything is there. So we signed it that night. We didn't let her leave the office.
Really?
The 3 in the morning was when that contract got signed. So from the meeting around 3, 4 in the afternoon.
Yeah, I'm still doing this instead of anything. Like this.
We signed it by 3 in the morning.
Wow.
That day, I was absolutely certain.
Get this fucking, like, no, for real. Not just the they're a pedo, no, there was something deeper, and I knew there was something deeper, and I wasn't just gonna go in and be like, they're a pedo, go and punish them. No, there's something fucking way bigger than this, and it's literally happening on YouTube also. So, you know, beware if your whole existence is clothes and getting handbags and stuff and having that rich and lavish YouTuber influencer lifestyle, you are going to be so exploited if you don't know that this is going on and if you weren't there. That's the problem, is like they wait out. So I waited him out a generation from this. I am very, very old. I was here literally in the 90s seeing all this stuff firsthand through the eyes of, you know, the people who protected me from this, for reals. Yeah, the Keeping Up with the Joneses shit. Yeah, that stuff too. You get the Keeping Up with the Joneses part of this. And they keep you in that, and they're like, oh, well, people will say, and people will talk, and you can't because it's going to ruin this, it's going to hurt your reputation, and it's going to... At the end of the day, it doesn't really, if you're, you know, wearing something a little less fashionable or whatever, because who the F am I trying to impress? That's the thing with me. They don't understand that they can't buy me, because who the fuck am I trying to impress? This has paint on it from when I was painting my mom's house trailer, before I flipped it after she died, because I couldn't live there because it was in a retirement home, and I'm not that old. I'm old, but I'm not that old. I'm old enough to know better, and too old to care. Too old to care. I don't buy shit to impress people. But some people do. Some people really, really do. They want to look a certain way to impress and make people think that they have this and that, and I'm like, I don't want you thinking I have money. I'm not giving you money. Why would you think I have money? I do Twitch to 2 people. I got 2 people watching. I made $9 out of 80 hours last week on Twitch. Did you know that? I made $9 out of 80 hours. I'm doing this because I want to. I'm doing this because I'm passionate about this.
He said, we don't sing songs here, we sing artists. And there was this little pause, and I was nervous. But then he said, and we're interested. And there was this sudden feel of relief.
But then he said something about a window and a door or something.
Oh, then he said, you did your homework.
I did a lot of homework on you, this lady.
He said, there are 2 ways to leave here, either through the door with the deal signed or through this window, and we're on the 29th floor.
So you...
He said, yeah, you either sign with me or you go through the window, and we're on the 29th floor. Well, there you go. Either sign or not. Yeah, so what did he do to her at 16 to make her feel like that. So that's more of it too, is like they just kind of, it's like finding your perfect little Colonel Tom, right? Your perfect little Colonel Tom from the Elvis thing, to come in and be like, and I'm going to control your fucking career. Those guys that you really have to be aware of, because I have had those in real life. They want to buy you way too much. They want to give you way too much money and just control and push. And they like to wait until you're super vulnerable. Help me avoid those people, because I'm super vulnerable and I probably shouldn't broadcast it. But at the same time, I don't fucking care. I'm in the lash out and fight back mode if I really, really have to. So this is getting exposed and exploited whether or not, right? Yeah, the entrapment stuff too. That too.
Yeah.
LeBron's been to a Diddy party.
No, ain't no party like a Diddy party, so. Yeah, that's what's up. Yeah.
Oh no. Actually, you know, he deleted his entire tweet history.
Tupac Shakur.
Was Tupac gay all along? Yes.
And I attend Tamalpais High School.
You think he wasn't
and
gay?
I'm 17 years old.
Do you like being 17?
He's so gay he should be in Revenge of the Nerds, Tupac.
Yeah, it's like 17 is such a weird age. It's such a in the middle age. You're not 18 yet, and you're older than 16. So. But I like it. It's nice. It's like a learning stage for me.
Do you wish you could be 18?
Why didn't Epstein date me? Because they were gay.
Well, 18 will bring
I went after
lots
the
of
gays.
responsibilities that I
They
don't
wouldn't-
want, but it'll bring respect that I feel like
I don't know. Somebody seemed very, very gay for somebody I'm very, very hot for.
I can get. But 18
Still.
is like, you're an adult. You like today.
Still, yeah, he was gay. Tupac was super gay or bi or whatever. Diddy stuff.
Bigger than Diddy.
Yeah, it's bigger than Diddy.
It's bigger than Diddy, bro.
Mm-hmm. I guarantee you.
Cause you know who else they was doing investigation on during that whole time period? It was the mayor and the politicians in New York City. They turn around and give him the key to the city.
Yes, yes. Look who gets the fucking F1 tickets. Look who gets the F1 tickets in Vegas. Yes, it's the mayors and the politicians.
All the mayor
Yes.
people,
These fucking corrupt ass politicians who turn the
That he
blind eye to
brought
and they don't
on.
care. Oh, we won't prosecute.
here in New York City, are all resigning.
Really?
They all resigning. People ain't gonna tie this together, but if you look at it, you have to say, because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York on civil lawsuits.
Here.
You have to say,
Where were we?
because of Mayor Adams and his relationship with Diddy, it brought on the Southern District of New York to start investigating
myself.
Diddy
I forgot.
on civil lawsuits that was put against him. Because the feds is going after all these politicians in New York City.
There you go. There you go. Is it the feds though, or are the feds accomplices? That's always the thing, because the feds end up being complicit, aren't they? Look at the cop in Natural Born Killers. He was doing the fucking stuff. Look at the cops in Boondock Saints, right? They're literally doing a lot of this stuff too. They're the good guys in the movies, but then they're the bad guys in real life. So they're crossing the lines and they're crisscrossing on this. Feds allegedly confiscate all the as bad as Epstein, sex rooms and cameras. Yeah, like I said, it's bigger than the fucking Epstein, because each guy is his own Epstein. You see what I'm saying? Like there's all these little. It's like Game of Thrones, right? You got the king, and then you got all these little lords. Does that make sense to you, right? Okay, so it's like the king, and then you got all these little lords and land barons.
Orlando Brown said, what?
Gotta say no to Diddy. If it's new booty in the building, you know he gonna get it.
Don't take your girlfriend to a Diddy party.
Nigga, you can take the but he wants you. Gotta say no to Diddy.
Orlando Brown said, what?
I was muted.
Gotta
I'm
say no
sorry.
to Diddy.
I'm sorry, I was muted. Yeah, I was just saying these people are friends for a long time. So who knows what? Who knew what? Wasn't she underage? Wasn't Beyonce underage when she started singing? So I think if you're underage when you started singing, I think you'd probably be okay. You could just use that. Wouldn't you? That's what I would think. That's what I would think, because then you were exploited and enslaved by it. That's really what I think. Like, this is so much bigger than Diddy. It's like, who's exploited by it, who's enslaved by it, who can't break free of it. This stuff is going on in the 60s too. This stuff is going on in the 60s. Where's the one where they're all kissing on all over? These two deleted their social media because of Diddy. I don't know if they did. I think they're just tired of seeing it. They're just tired of getting bombarded with the politicals and everybody being canceled, maybe. Oh, God.
Everybody know ain't no party like a Diddy party, so.
Yeah, that's what's up.
How much of that is just being nice, though? Go behind the scenes, being fans. I'm just wondering. Oh, Oprah. Where have all the Oprah tweets gone? Then there's Oprah. And then there's Oprah. Oprah wouldn't even open up her house to people during the fires in Hawaii. Did you know that? She said no. How much of this hateful, homophobic, misogynist, violent, racist shit was promoted by these total frauds? These executives who groomed and ran them. Diddy.
And I'm sure that's probably not public information yet, but who's the person that's number one on that invitation list?
Leonardo DiCaprio.
And I can get on that list,
Yes,
right?
without a doubt, you are invited.
That is so generous of you. Cheers to that.
See you at the white party.
And I'm sure that...
Uh-huh. I'll be sure reacts to Diddy's indictment. Huh.
We thought you were crazy. Yeah, I am crazy. Pray for the young people. You know what this is. It's not a game. And please understand very clearly, there is zero woosah moments, me talking about situations for over more than a decade and a half, and then all of a sudden everybody woke up like, whoa, yo, we thought you were crazy. Yeah, I am crazy. I'm crazy to tell a mother.
Here's the thing, when you're under control of somebody who's got that kind of charisma and power over you, though, you're just so intoxicated. It's like being in an abusive relationship. It's literally being in an abusive relationship. You're in a cult. You are under. Look at the music industry. Like some of those record execs that the women always end up suing and going after, like Liz Phair and Kesha. Look at those execs. It's like you end up, and then you go right back to your abusers. Because why? They have power over you, and nobody cares because you've got nothing else. So you go right back to your abusers.
On 3 forms of public transportation.
Because why? It keeps you comfortable. It keeps you in a lifestyle. It keeps you. This is the same thing as women going back to that. That's why they don't see anything. They don't care. They don't see anything. They just don't see it. They don't see it happening right to somebody. This is the same thing with the internet, like that fandom menace, the quote unquote, or former one, where they just don't see the cult-like mentality and blatant abuse that goes on to keep people into that sort of thing. Because look what happens. Oh, if only they would say the right thing. If only you would say the right thing. See, that happens in like that side of the, and not, I'm not just saying like the fan, but that sort of side of the internet where you hear people who are like going after like, oh, if only Destiny said this or that, or whoever said the right, so they would, be okay with so their audience could forgive them, right? Willfully blind. It's not even so much willfully blind. It's they're trying to condition you into a morally zealous position to keep the blame from themselves. So usually the person at the top of that are usually the biggest asshole, creep, abuser, period. It's like a Jeffrey Epstein. But they're all a lot of Jeffrey Epsteins running around. And so you see that in anybody who controls what? The flow of money. These are the people who control the flow of money. Like, look on YouTube. The people who literally buy the ad space and promote these videos and their agendas and the opinions. Or else they're like, oh, or you won't have a following. Say this thing or you won't have a following.
Across a bridge to get to work to support me that, hey, I may have to pass on these opportunities for scholarships because I'm going to write a song and we're going to eat for the rest of our lives. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But what I am not is a liar. That I'm not. All I did was give the sign.
Yeah, they're just going to keep their head down so, they can get a song that's going to feed their families for the rest of their lives. Because a lot of fucking money.
Laughed at, ridiculed, things of that.
Because a lot more money. So when people see this YouTube amount of money that's going around to like I Show Speed and and those sort of people, that's literally what's happening. Only they're trying to do it for the micro influencers too. Which is basically just abusive relationships. I've got like a group of like 5 abusive people who are all desperately trying to abuse and control me and keep me down. And I don't think they understand who the fuck I am and why that's not going to work.
Nature, but that's okay. My God is so much bigger that my God got me. And I got you.
Well, and that's exactly what happened in World War II, and that's exactly what happens in any fall of any civilization at this point. Kim Porter's friend claims Cassie would watch Diddy mistreat Kim Porter and laugh, and that's what happens. They gang up on you and they laugh at you when you're sick. They continue to bully and harass and troll you while you're going through shit. They cause you, just that sort of shit. That's exactly the same thing. It's that classic abusive personality type, and those are the type of people who end up in control of their own little empires, aren't they? Their own little kingdoms, their own little shit. So that's what I gotta really, really worry about and be considerate of. No, because I have definitely an attraction to guys with tempers, for sure. So I gotta be really, really aware of that.
Little chocolatey ass.
I wanted to read that. The Diddy tapes are about to end a lot of careers. 700 dildos. 700 dildos. Oh, there you go. Have been seized from his home. Is that illegal to have that many? Is that like what's a reasonable amount? Is this something? Is this like? Is this like gonna make people freak out? Like the other side freaks out about guns and stuff. Is that what this is gonna do? Oh, that's hilarious.
Like my spirit and my soul is upset.
Did he arrested? The more you know. Oh yeah, people are in shock. Do you think it's him, or do you think it's just everybody around him too? Do you think it's just like? Do you think he's like the ringleader? Because like I said, I think this is so much bigger. Because look what happens. Like this just reminds me these sort of music industry circles and cliques, right? They remind me so much of what I've experienced on YouTube. You have no idea. And I saw that pattern immediately, and I'm like, I don't want this. And this has been 4 years now they've been trying. It's already 2024. So this has been 4 years of people trying desperately to control my career. Like I'm a music industry, paid performer, entertainer. And I'm not. That's the thing. So I see all these little sub-cliques and subgroups, and you have, oh, look at this couple that we know, and look at this thing that we know. Attorney Jesse Weber raises a concern about whether individuals in Hollywood are faithful to the vague but potentially implicating nature of Diddy's indictment, or fearful, particularly those who may have aided in money laundering. Ooh, so now there's money laundering or attended freak-offs. There's another thing.
That has become the question. Could other people be in trouble? Could they be prosecuted too? Now, to be clear, Combs is the only one who's currently...
Probably, actually. I think probably, and that's the real thing, is going to be so many of these people. It's literally the Epstein, and then once that domino goes, then they're going to go to the next Epstein Island, and the next Epstein Island, and the next Epstein Island. So where's the really dangerous ones politically? The YouTube commune cult sort of places. Those sort of places, like your literal David Koresh YouTubers who are sitting there playing guitar, and I'm like, oh, he's playing guitar and singing like it's 2020. He's playing guitar and singing. So your literal, they're gonna really, really focus on. It didn't pop up.
Civil war.
That they're gonna focus on that. They're going to focus on that particularly. They're going to focus on a lot of the people with January 6th, like Salty. It was probably a good thing he didn't stay on YouTube, because they were focusing way too much on him. They're trying to get him on anything. They're trying to make shit up about him to get him on, because they're so mad, because they want somebody to blame for that on YouTube, and they don't know who. And they're so stupid. They're just up their own asses. They're a bunch of women. Looking at the YouTubers to blame for January 6th.
Civil war.
Seriously, they're definitely doing that. And that's one of the things that they're looking at.
Currently charged right now. He's the only one named in that indictment. No one else is actually listed in that indictment. No one
yet. Don't you think it's a little coincidental these people are all scrubbing their Twitter because they think Elon is going to turn them in based on what's on their Twitter to each other and their Twitter DMs. So look at what's going to happen with Mark Zuckerberg and the Instagram DMs, probably, if people have that going on. Look at that. Look at what people are going to do. So why do I think Elon Musk is going to? Well, I think they think he's going to, whether he does or not. I mean, he certainly doesn't want a bunch of pedos running around the planet, does he? So he would definitely be looking through these people's Twitter archives, and he probably already has them archived on a server somewhere. And he's going to scrub through it. And he's going to fucking either use that against them for what? Money or power, which he doesn't need. He's the richest man on the planet. He wants justice. He wants revenge. And he wants to see who's the real problem, the real target, I would assume, right? Can you ask something? I don't know. Probably not.
Else is referenced by name. It is
You already did.
very general. But in the government's detention memo to the court arguing why Combs should be denied
If you
bail,
made an
and
account
by the
today
way,
just to harass and stalk me, then no.
he's since been denied bail twice, they write, quote, the investigation into his and other co-conspirators' conduct is active and ongoing. And you know what spurned that question for us about whether other people could be in trouble too? Some of the reaction that we have been seeing post-indictment. Sports analyst Stephen A. Smith asking if people in Hollywood are scared. That has become the question.
People asking people in Hollywood Square. Well, are scared. Look at what Ricky Gervais said about everything. It's like they all knew Harvey Weinstein. So you got Harvey Weinstein in the acting thing. You've got Jeffrey Epstein in politics. You got what, Diddy in hip hop. Who you got in rock and roll? You tell me. You tell me who was in rock and roll doing that. You tell me who was in rock and roll doing that. You know, you were there. I was there. I saw some shit. I don't know if I want to put the wrong finger on the wrong person back then because I don't know the specifics. So I'm not going to put my finger on anybody until I know specifically. But all I know is I did nothing. The people I knew did nothing, and anybody who did is dead.
Could
let's see. There you go. There's Diddy's thing from 2023. What is that? Probably hair dye. That's probably somebody's hair dye or lipstick. That's probably makeup. That's probably hair stuff and makeup. When I sleep and with this stupid hair stuff, it'll get all over the pillow. Not naming names. I don't know if I have any names to name. I don't think I have any names to name. Oh, Scooter Braun is Justin Bieber's man. There he is again. Scooter fucking Braun. I forgot about him. Scooter fucking Braun. So remember when they all dropped Scooter fucking Braun? There he is. Now you got it. Now you see where I'm going with this. So Justin Bieber, clearly a victim. Love him or hate him, annoyed by him. He's clearly a victim because look at how young he was in this. All the Justin Bieber stuff. Scooter fucking Braun. L.A. Reid brought Pink in. He already got Usher. The tapes exist to control them. Pink tried to break free. She left the entire genre altogether, hoping she wouldn't have any run-ins with him. She was wrong. Oh, there you go. And that's the other thing. You get to be somebody who just doesn't want anything to do with this shit, and you still can't because for whatever reason. You know that Diddy Combs on an island named Love Island. What did I tell you? So, who else owns these little islands?
Yeah. Very first time. Yeah, I have an island.
Well, yeah, because it's in international waters. You can do anything. And what happens when you're an addict and you need to keep increasing your dosage and your dragon? And this is where we get into the real woo and the real bad conspiracy stuff and the real Alex Jones stuff. This is where you get into like the adrenochrome and ketamine and shit. So that's where I come from in that sort of conspiracy sort of background too, because you know it doesn't start. It might have started at Bigfoot back in the 90s, but it went up and over. Shut up! Oh my God, did they ever find Bigfoot? Do you think they ever found Bigfoot? Oh, for fuck's sake, he has an island. Of course he does.
This is just for inspirational, motivational uses only. You know what I'm saying? You don't know a lot of black men that come from the hood. They got an island. I got an island. It's called Love Island. So
yeah. And okay, so is he the damn victim then? There you go too. Is he the damn victim still? Oh, this is the thing with this. This is why I'm like, okay. Because I can't just throw him under the bus for being a diddler if he was also a victim. If he was also a victim, I mean, what happens with these guys coming
When
up
I
from
took
the
you
hood?
to Love Island,
I mean, you know, at what point, like, how much do you, you know, how much do you go back and are held accountable for the stuff you do as an adult at that point too? But at the same time, how much of this stuff can they even throw these people in jail for when there's literally people who say, here, there's everything horrible and bad that we can just hand you on a silver platter. And here, you get to be a billionaire, but we get to be 5 billionaires. We get to be, you know, billionaires off of your billions. And we're supplying you this horrible thing to keep you in your addiction so we can make money off of you.
and then you realize that, you know, the plane landed, and then we had to float to another island. What was going through your head when we were going there?
I was like, I'm finna go to war by this nigga, he mad.
What was your favorite time that I took you off the grid?
Are you going off the
Off the grid, huh? Ooh.
grid with me? You got to go to sleep for a week.
Yeah, because
You gotta
it's
get some
definitely
rest.
giving no sleep.
Yeah.
There you go. The off the grid. Uh-huh. No, I didn't want to do that. I'm trying to retweet it. I'm hitting the wrong. How can I not retweet? No wonder I can't click on these hidden object games. Easy. When speaking of it was all Diddy. Speaking of when Easy was trying to tell everybody back in the day. Easy was trying to tell everybody back in the day too. He was way smarter than anybody gave him credit for back in the day.
This is just for inspirational motivation uses only. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he's got an island. Of course he does. Of course he does. So here's all the government files. Oh, I don't want to read them all. The awkward laugh. Donald Trump. And they're just tying Donald Trump to it. They're just tying all that. That's a little less interesting. I'm more worried about the industry because he's going to have his own with the Jeffrey if he's anywhere near that, because he's political and business billionaire. So like I said, you're going to have every different billionaire and they're all going to kind of cross each other. Billionaire, you know, the kind of cult leader types, the guys who own the islands. It's all the guys who own the islands. So that's who you guys are going to have to be really, really focusing on next. What's all this? Allegedly, it's coming out that the people who attended Diddy's freak-off parties will soon be named by the feds. Oh, here we go. So far, according to the source, are some of the names. Steve Stout, I don't know who that is. Russell Simmons, Eve, Aaron Hall, Jay-Z, Beyonce, Rick Ross, Steve J, Dr. Dre, Usher, Meek Mill, Drake, LeBron, The Game, Justin Bieber, Lil Rod. Okay, Bieber would be a victim because he was just underage. Cuba Gooding Jr., Stevie J, Usher, Young Miami, Daphne Joy, Bishop, T.D. Jakes. Oh, get him. You fucking get him. He's just ripping off LeVay. Fuck him. Fuck T.D. Jakes. You're just ripping off LeVay. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, T.D. Jakes. Fuck you, T.D. Jakes. You fucking phony, you fucking phony piece of shit. Phony piece of shit. You phony fucking piece of shit. Fuck you, T.D. Jakes. Fuck you, Pete. Oh, fuck him, fuck him, fuck him. I have had him on my list for years. Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, fuck you. Yes. Oh, I'm happy about that. Get him. Why? He's just ripping off the fucking LeVay Satanism. He's ripping off the LeVay Satanism and hiding as a fucking preacher. And he's just saying what LeVay said. Fuck you, T.D. Jakes. Chris Brown and Jade Ramey. Who cares? Fuck you, T.D. Jakes. Fuck you, T.D. Jakes. Fuck you, T.D. Jakes. Yes. Yes. This is what I'm here for. So this is what I'm passionate about, is getting the real thing, because I was there in the 90s. I am not just some YouTube grifter coming in to go on this. I'm over on Twitch actually telling you the real thing in long form to nobody. And it might be deleted. Who cares? Fuck you, T.D. Jakes. Nicki Minaj has some choice words for Steve Stout and others about Diddy. What does she say? Let's see. We want to know if you're present during the abuse of teenagers and children. That's what we want to know. You can't taste my pussy. Stop. Aaliyah, Foxy, etc. There you go. Short and stout. Laffy Taffy alien. Did you know about the abuse to Kim Porter and Casey? Y'all seem to run in a sort of rat pack. So that's what the people want you and your peeps to speak on. Ugly, bald head, bowling ball bitch. I don't have the energy. Don't have this energy for gangsters in person. Only for bitches on the internet. There you go. If they were present. I think those 4 cunts I named would like to shoot the fair one with a gangster. I'll run the winner of the fight $10 million. Until then, I'll watch karma spin. 25 men spoke about this, but only talking about me every single day. That's how I know I win. There you go. There you go. There you go. So this is what happens. This is what happens. Holy shit. Holy shit. So she's out there fighting this stuff. So she's out there definitely fighting this. Because why? She was victimized by this too. She was absolutely victimized by this. So you know what happens? You know what happens? They put plants and they put feds right in your path. They did that. They did that to this skater kid I knew. They had some fucking woman or some teenage girl were like, don't you touch a hair on the head of my daughter. But she was only there to get dirt on them. She was only there to date him so that she could turn in evidence about them doing weed and shit back when weed was illegal. That's literally the only reason why she was dating this kid. I'm dead serious. I'm dead serious. Because why? She was running some deal with the local cops, and they were going after the kids smoking weed. Just the kids smoking weed. The Satanist kids smoking weed. The kids listen to Marilyn Manson and stuff, smoking weed in their house. Yeah, just a snitch. Just a snitch. Because why? I don't know. Power. That girl was probably just going to be married off to some wealthy something if she snitched. So she was probably going to get protection from something stupid she did. Oh, she probably did something stupid. And they probably were going to just exploit her yeah, that was probably it. They just like, oh, well, we'll just send you off to this kid and we don't care if you get pregnant or not. And that's a lot of what they do. Shit, this is huge. This is huge. And a lot of this, for the smaller town stuff, it's like the local law enforcement, it's the local police departments, all that stuff that do exactly this. They do exactly that. They make sure you have somebody in your path that is only there to get evidence against you. So some sort of fed, or somebody who works for the feds, or the daughter of, or the somebody of, so that the actual fed can just get information out of you. That happens all the time. To be entrapped and blackmailed. Yeah, to be entrapped and blackmailed. That's why people who are like, will you do this thing for me? Because they do background checks on you, and they do all these things, and they look up, and they're like, what can I get on you? Ooh, what can I get on you? What can I get on you? And they do all that shit. And I'm like, I am untouchable. Do you know who the hell I am? I am absolutely out of my goddamn mind to think that I've done anything that people can get me on at this point. Which is hilarious to me. That people are still like, what about this? What about this? Because they're just trying to annoy me with stuff. Which is just noise. Do you all remember the halftime show where Alicia Keys was super uncomfortable being hugged on live TV? Yeah. Yeah, that too. Diddy, the baby lotion.
Yeah.
Looking back through some Diddy party pics with new eyes. Well, that's just a party. Regis Philbin. Ooh. All the white outfits. Well, there you go. All the white outfits. Several major figures have stepped down from their roles in 24 hours of Diddy's indictment. The shift, it was raising an eyebrow. Like, that just makes me assume you're guilty. If you just delete everything, it just makes me assume you're guilty. I delete my live streams, but I'm like, who the hell's gonna watch them back? I figure if you can't watch it and record it as I'm live, then you don't need to see it, because nobody's gonna watch it and record it back, or watch it back rather. Some of them, like the 4-hour one, nobody's gonna watch 4 hours. Delete. Who cares? 21st president, and I was yelling at people and threatening people. So go find that. I dare ya. 21st president. Oh, and it wasn't specific people. It was just in general. So you can't get on that. But I admit to that. Oh, I admit to that. Sacrifice your ego. I admit to the shit. I am very petty and jealous. The 21st president of Rutgers, Jonathan Holloway, CEO of Hawaiian Airlines, Peter Ingram. The only thing you can really make me mad about is true love. That's the only thing you can bribe me with to get me to do what you want. Is oh, here's your true love right here. Here's your true love. Do what we say and you get your true love. But then again, I don't really care that much. Chief federal prosecutor from Middle Tennessee. All these people are stepping down. So what was it? The bodyguard said, the security guard bodyguard guy said, the mayors of New York, the mayors and politicians, local mayors, local politicians. So they're going to have all that here in Vegas too. They're going to have all that here in Vegas too with the local mayors and politicians. They're going to try and have shit on any minor celebrity, major celebrity in town. Because why? They can destroy your business by running their F1 right in front of it, for example, if they don't like you. They can, I don't know, all that type of stuff, because they can approve stupid shit vindictively. We have the same 5 assholes in local government that just keep going back and forth, and they win, and then they lose the election to the other guy, so they just take a 4-year vacation or however long, and then they come back in and nothing gets changed because what? They're all out playing golf with each other. They're all on the same team despite the difference of politics, and it's all fucking, they all high-five each other at the end of the day because it's all WWF to them. Why? Because they get a nice cushy lifestyle. They get free F1 tickets. They get everything that they get, their nice little cushy, while the rest of us are sitting in squalor because they don't care, because it's literally the Hunger Games. Because who can they exploit? If they can't exploit you, they want to throw you away. So this is what I'm experiencing here. They cannot exploit me for anything. I will not support and advertise anything I don't believe in. And now what? Now what do I do? So this is why I get kind of afraid to go in and even support or tell you I like something. Because why? They're going to use that against you. They're going to use that against you, aren't they? Or they're going to use it against the people. They're going to use it against whatever I do support. Peter Wood, hearing about Diddy sweating. I know. All of them. Usher deletes all of his posts following Diddy revelations. I should have been recording this and uploading it to YouTube. Oh well. I'll just download it and upload it then. I can just download it from Twitch. I can just download it and upload it from Twitch. Usher deletes all of his posts following a Diddy revelation. So is that real or not? When they ask about the 1,000 bottles of baby oil. Well, he had 1 million, something. So that's what's going on. So that's what's going on with this Diddy stuff. So who's the bigger player? I don't know. Make deals so it doesn't go past said business, kickbacks and whatnot. Yeah. You about what's going on with celebrities and Diddy's. My rent is $3K and I'm working 6 jobs. I don't give a fuck. That's the other thing. That's the other thing. I mean, this is only something that, like, if I can make money off of it, I would love to. However, I kind of care about this because I've given up. So this is me giving up. I'm no longer looking to make money. I'm just talking about shit I care about because I have my own perspective of this, and this is absolutely relevant to me personally in a lot of this, especially the music industry, especially because of who I am and where I come from and what I've influenced back in my day. And who I knew and who I blew. So, it's all very, very relevant to me. And I'm distracting myself with it while I go through, well, they haven't started treatment yet. While I decide on whether or not I'm even going to call them tomorrow to see if they're going to give me that. So that's the other thing. They haven't scheduled to put in the chemo pump now. So I've got, 2 referrals to the diagnostic place now. And no phone calls back. So I'll call them tomorrow when they open. Maybe if I don't give up. That's the other thing. Am I going to give up or not? I feel like I want to. So I'm going to play a video game. I'm going to hit the necessary room. I'm going to take 5. And where's my I'm going to take 5. We're going to come back and still talk about some of this, but I'm also going to play a video game. So here we go. Oh, I can't do an ad. But yeah, if I only got 2 people watching it, no, I'm not making money off of this. This is 2 fucking people watching it. So Yeah, it's just you. It's just you and my other browser, Morbid Fury. You're the only fucking viewer I have. So thank you for your support. No, I don't get money off of I don't get brand deals or anything, because to 2 viewers, who are they advertised to? The brand deal, I'm not getting $1,000 to advertise something. They don't even offer. The offers I get are, buy this loot crate. Please buy this loot crate from me. And then you might get a percentage if you sell loot crates. That's the type of offer I've gotten. So, oh no, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. I'm not mad that you're the only viewer. I'm very happy I do have somebody keeping the chat flowing and making me feel like people are watching. But when people just, you know, when people don't care. All right, actually, you know what? Let me stop this one, and that's gonna be easier to download, and then I'll change out to the hidden object game. So I'll stop this. I'll reload in like a minute here.